let's just say I own one of the biggest businesses in the world, right? Let's just say I called it Everlasting Awareness Services. I don't know. And I hired a whole bunch of employees. And I was paying the employees $15 an hour, expecting them to show up to work on time. I was giving them a 30-minute lunch break, or let's just say an hour lunch break. And at the end of the year, I profited, let's just say hypothetically, $1 billion, right? Let's just say $1 billion. Or let's up it. I profited $10 billion in a year, and but I was paying you $15 an hour to keep the business going. You would probably think that it's a problem with how much I'm paying you, which it is, but you will also probably try to dislike me in some way, shape, or form because I'm paying you so little. Most people live in a reality where they're constantly keeping somebody else outside of themselves rich because they are not learning how the system truly operates. And, you know, I spend late nights thinking about how I can help people with my messages. I don't personally know y'all, right? But I've learned to change my mindset and realize how this matrix is ran. The reason why most people don't get ahead is because the paycheck is a capped leash that's keeping you in a mentality of scarce, right? If I decided to pay you $15 an hour, you know damn well either A, you're gonna try to find a job that's gonna pay you more money, or B, you're gonna be resentful towards me because once again I'm paying you so little. So most people live in a reality where they're giving their life away for crumbs, right? Rich people and wealthy people had to, number one, first realize their worth. Number two, had to think outside of the box, because the box is trade time for money only, but you have no ownership. That's the box, right? And a lot of my videos, I'm going to keep talking about the system in itself because we are all participating in it. Number three, rich and wealthy people have to realize, damn, I need to own assets and generate my own system that's working for me 24/7, because I'm not always going to want to physically work. You eventually get tired, you get burnt out, you gotta sleep, you gotta eat, you need to rest, you need to rejuvenate, you need to spend time with family, you need to go work out in the gym. There's things that you gotta constantly do. If your money stops the moment you stop working, that's a game that's not beatable. We're not taught, I tell you this often, we're not taught about inflation, we're not taught about the higher cost of living, we're not taught about GDP, we're not taught about how the corporations barely pay any taxes because they can do write-offs, right? You got your own business, you can do write-offs, but the employees pay the most. We're not taught these things for a reason. And most people, I have this written down, right? Most people aren't trained, most people are trained to earn, but not to own. You guys can have the iPhones, you guys could go shop on Amazon, you guys could go Do whatever y'all want, right? But do you have ownership of the companies that you are purchasing from? Because if I'm sitting here and I'm using my energy and my time to go generate some income, shit, I need ownership in some companies. I'm not giving my time away for free. And I'm not generating income just to pay bills. Because then what's the point? We're going to make some money just to give it right back to the system? I'm not telling you not to pay your bills. You got to pay your bills, right? But you got to also think, damn, I do need money to work for me. I do need money to survive out here. I do need money to eat, to clothe myself, maintain a roof over my head, and food in my stomach, and I just had to eat, right? Take care of responsibilities, but I also need ownership. And then some people sit there and think, well, if I'm loyal to a company for 10 years or 15 years or 5 years, they're going to be loyal to me. No, they're not. No, they're not. One thing I learned when I went to the AWS Summit is that AI is here to stay. A lot of these companies are using AI to their advantage and they don't care about how you feel. They'll replace you so fast. They don't care. They care about shareholders. And that's why I tell you guys, become a shareholder. But do y'all listen to me? I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know y'all. Right? I'm just trying to give y'all off the messages. Shareholders get paid. Y'all can sit there and say the stock market is not a job. But you're going to treat it like a business. You understand what I'm saying? At least I treat my portfolio as a business. Why? Because I'm owning different businesses. Just because I don't have to hire physical people don't mean I don't got to hire my money to do the work. Every time I purchase an asset, that's an employee. Every time I put some money into work, those are employees that's working for me. So I'm making money in my sleep. I'm on YouTube, let me go buy some more Google stock. I'm not telling y'all what to do with your money. This ain't financial advice, right? But I try my best to get you guys to see the system for what it is, not what you guys want to pretend for it to be. And we can sit there and think that shit is cool and shit is fun, and until 5 years later, the 5 years that went by, you ain't purchased an asset, you ain't purchased anything. But you're gonna keep getting mad at the rich people for getting richer, and y'all keep thinking middle class still exists. It don't exist, it's gone. It's literally rich versus everybody else. Have versus have nots. And it's gonna keep getting worse. In the sense of the rich people that got old money, they money working for them for generations, for years. Right? New money, we still learning the game. And people that don't have no assets, you're a part of the class that's going to struggle. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than y'all. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth. You can't only depend on an hourly wage, because the hourly wage is capped as opposed to assets. Assets aren't capped. It's just, are you going to put the money into the machine? Are you going to put the money to work, or are you going to continuously be a employee mentality, have an employee mentality only? I'd rather have a system that's working for me 24/7. That's just me personally. What you decide to do, that's your personal choice. I'm not your savior. Wages stay stagnant. Inflation eats up your purchasing power. And I have this written down. And then your wages get taxed at a higher level. So a lot of y'all go into these jobs, they gaslight you and they tell you you're making X amount of dollars per hour, but they never tell you how much you're making after taxes. Once upon a time, this was a Boston Tea Party. Now look at this. And then y'all sit there and say, well, billionaires should pay more money in taxes. It ain't gonna go to you. So even if they did, hypothetically, it ain't gonna mess up their network that much, and it's not gonna go in your pockets. That's why I don't hate on billionaires. I don't hate on anybody that's ultra rich or ultra wealthy. I actually get inspired. Most of y'all dislike rich and wealthy people. That's why you would never strive to be one. I be like, shit, I know ain't nobody gonna save me. I know ain't nobody gonna care about me and my well-being as much as I need to, right? Of course my fiance is gonna care, and of course my mom, you know what I'm saying, my family, but I'm talking about anybody outside of myself. Anybody gonna care, so guess what? You gotta take care of you. This is a matrix. This is the financial matrix. It's either you play the game or you let the game be played on you. A lot of y'all got liabilities. Y'all can sit there and try to judge me. You got an e-scooter. Cool. Guess what? I ain't got a car. No, I got to pay. Could I afford a car right now? Of course. I could buy a car if I wanted to. But I don't want to. I don't want an extra bill. I need more assets. I want a Tesla. I need more Tesla stock. I don't care about having a car right now. I don't got to impress strangers. I don't got to impress the crowd, bro. Like, for what? For what? I'd rather let my assets work for me. All right, y'all purchasing Teslas. Let me go buy some more Tesla stock. Y'all on YouTube all day? Like I said, let me go buy some more Google stock. New iPhone about to come out soon. Let me go buy some more Apple stock. I'm playing the game of ownership. Y'all want to play the game of consumption only. Do what y'all do. I'd rather have the asset pay for the materialistic stuff rather than anything. Because the asset is going to make more money. Ownership over wages. If you don't have money working for you, you're going to be working for money forever. And if your income is capped based off of 8 hours of work equals 8 hours of pay, that'll be a game that's not beatable. Because with them extra 16 hours, you have no money working for you. Figure it out. Open up a brokerage account. I'm not one of these channels that's like, join my chat and you're gonna get rich. Nah. Your relationship with money is between you and you. Not between me and you. It's between you and you. I'm just sending out messages, that's it. I have no control over what you do with your life. I can only control mine. So with that being said, like the video, subscribe, leave some comments below. Yes, sir.